Hello everyone, thank you for joining. As a reminder, remote interpretation is available via the app. Scan the QR code if you need that. Please wait to receive the microphone before you start asking your question. Reserve it to one question per anytime you get the microphone. If we have time, we'll come back around, but it's important that we go around the room, please. With that, I will hand it over to Team Media Officer Kenny Miller.
Keith, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, Steve, I'm sure we'll get your comments in the rest of the game, but the two penalty incidents seem really difficult for us to explain.
I've got to be honest, everyone in the flash area where I did my interviews were talking about the Scott McTominay one. That's the only one I didn't watch back because I don't get much time. I've got to come out and speak to you guys. I thought the John McGinn one is a 50-50. Some will give it, and I think if the referee gives it, the VAR doesn't overturn it. So I can only speak on that one. I was a little bit 50-50 as well on the Shea Adams last man. He's got a chance to go through one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he gets brought down. And again, the referee chooses yellow, and VAR backs the referee. But listen, there's nothing we can do about that.
John, to your left, Steve.
Steve, a difficult start to the game.
You're no kidding.
But you picked yourselves up in the second half, gave it a real go. What are the main takeaways from the match?
I thought we picked ourselves up first half, to be fair. Maybe it took us 10 minutes to get into the game because obviously you get a setback like that, it's really difficult to respond. Weaker teams would have crumbled, I think, against that quality opposition, but we dug in. We got ourselves back in the game. Started moving the ball about a little bit better. And I thought second period of the first half after the hydration break we were good. We were good in the game. We had a good momentum going into half time, and we carried that into the second half, and we had a right goal. Proud of the players, but obviously we're all devastated and disappointed that we didn't get the result that we wanted, so that we can carry on in this tournament as long as we can.
Lots of confidence, Steve, to get into the Brazil game next week.
Yeah, of course. But first of all, you have to let the players suffer a little bit over the next 48 hours because that's what they'll do. They don't like losing against anybody. So we'll rest, recover, and ready to go again. The games don't get much easier.
Steve, was it important to avoid the loss of any more goals in the wider context? And, you know, was there a balance to be struck between trying to get that equaliser and trying to avoid that?
It was a difficult last 15 minutes in terms of making the last two substitutions. Because obviously I knew that Nathan wouldn't last the 90 minutes. So that was one of them away. And then you have to decide between, and John McGinn was doing really well, but he was obviously wanting to come off to put another striker. I gave it 5 minutes plus injury time, so probably about 10 minutes just to see if we could get that equaliser, but it wasn't coming.
Steve, what was going through your mind? What was going through your mind after 72 seconds?
I wish we could start again. Would have been the first thing. No, we lost a poor goal because we tried to step up when you've got to track runners early in the game. They're full of energy, invention, and yeah, we didn't defend it well, and that's why we went 1-0 down.
Bonjour coach, je vais poser ma question en français, je suis là. Vous avez joué aujourd'hui contre une équipe marocaine qui a dominé le débat parfois et parfois qui était dominée. Est-ce que vous croyez que le Maroc a les moyens d'aller le plus loin possible dans ce mondial 2026?
Yeah, I think I said in my pre-match that I really fancy this Morocco side to go deep in the tournament. They reached last four last time, and I think they've got the players and the ability to get at least to the last four again this time. I think they're a terrific side, and we matched them in the game, but they got the early goal and we couldn't change the game. Merci.
Steve, down the middle here. What made Morocco's defence so difficult to pierce tonight?
Good players, strong defence. Obviously, they got the early goal, so they've then got something to hang on to. They defended well. They're a top side. You don't get inside the top 10 in the world if you're not a good side. So right through their team, they've got quality, and in one or two positions, they've got a little bit of class. But we give them a good game. We give them a game. They know they've been in a game tonight, and we've shown that we can compete at this level.
Steve, when Ben Gannon Doak come on, there seemed to be an emphasis of getting the ball into his kind of running areas as quickly as possible, and he affected the game. Were you pleased with what he produced in that period, and do you look now to forward to the Brazil game and thinking he could be a potential difference maker in that game too?
Is he your love child? He's a terrific player. Now, it took him a little bit of time to get into the game, but once he gets in there, you know Ben's going to bring you that little bit of unpredictability getting up the pitch. It gives us a threat that's different. My choice at the start was to obviously try and close their good side on the right. I thought Kieran Tierney was terrific until he just cramped up a little bit. Ben gives us something different, we know that. And obviously next week is a different game and probably a different approach, and let's see who I pick.
Hi Steve, 3 points, level goal difference going into Miami next week. You're looking at the probabilities now. Another similar result to tonight might be enough. What does that do for the mindset of the team going into that game?
Absolutely nothing, because they want to win the game, and if they can't win the game, they don't want to lose it. So that's the focus we'll have in the next 6 days before we get ourselves down to Miami, the heat and the humidity, and take on another side for the world's top 10.
Last couple, folks. One here.
Good evening, coach. Here. Good evening, coach. Nasreddin Nasri from La Nouvelle Tribune at Canal+. Why you didn't try to in English? Why you didn't try to equalize when you concede your first goal very fast? Why you didn't try to get and chase a goal?
Because if you chase a goal against a team like Morocco, their counter-attack is so fast, so quick. If you make the game too big, you even see towards the end of the game when we're pushing for the equaliser, the game becomes stretched. Morocco have very quick players, so early in the game was important. Having conceded the first one after 70-odd seconds, it was very important not to concede a second.
No, my love child, but he was excellent again tonight, it seemed, and Jack Hendry as well seemed to have a good game in defence.
Yeah, absolutely terrific, both of them. Lewis has been great for me since he got his way into the team. It took a long time for that midfield position to open up for him. He gives us something. He gives us that little bit of solidity in the midfield, and he's a great foil for people like McTominay, McGinn, Christie, who tried to give us the attacking element, but. No, Lewis was great, and Jack's always been a good player for us. He doesn't always play, he doesn't always start, but when I ask Jack to play, he's always ready.
Last one over here.
Hi Steve, you said pre-match, over here. You said pre-match that you wanted to set up in such a way that Ayoub Bouadi wasn't quite as eye-catching here as he was last week against Brazil. How did you set up to try and achieve that? Are you pleased with how your plan worked out?
Just the way the team set up was to put an extra midfield player into the team. Obviously, Morocco play their own way with Saibari dropping out and making extra bodies in the midfield. Inouye, the number 8, also finds good positions. So it was important that we had bodies in the midfield, and I think we managed to do that.
Thanks, folks.
Thanks, everyone. We'll be back with Morocco. And you got more time?
One more. You know one your question. Yeah. You've been like that for 10 minutes.
There's a lot of emphasis on the goalkeeper situation, but I mean Angus Gunn pulled off a couple of very important saves.
Yeah, that's why he's in goals. That's his job. Make saves, and he did it very well.
Thanks, everyone. We'll be back with Morocco.